Hello and welcome to this basic trombone tutorial. I am magically musical for those of you who don't know me already, and in case it wasn't fairly obvious, my videos are regularly musically based, whether that be music videos, music tutorials, or something along the lines. That's what I do. So to start out, you're going to want to have a trombone, or at least a mouthpiece. You're going to want to make sure that obviously the handle is facing you, not away from you, because that's like weird, because then you open up against yourself and that's just like a pain, you know. So you're going to want that facing you. If you have latches, make sure the part that you lift up is on the bottom, so you lift it up and then it flips down, because if it's the other way around, then it's upside down. And also, regularly, there's like a logo or some kind of way of indicating. If you don't know for sure, just try and open it up and it may fall or something, so be ready for that to happen and just be very careful. And then you're going to want to open it up. Some people will have their slide in this top area of your case, and there's normally like an attachment or something if it is like Velcro or something that you turn. So make sure that's flat, and this is flat so that nothing's just falling all over the place. And you're going to want to turn that or unvelcro it to get your slide out, and then you're going to want to put that on the ground. You always want to make sure that your instrument and its case is on a flat surface, somewhere that people aren't going to be walking around and bumping into it and ruining it, because, you know, expensive instrument here, don't want that to get messed with. So you're going to want to take that out, put it somewhere safe, or hold it if you can. I don't know if you're starting out how talented you are at holding multiple things at once. I don't know. That was a problem for me because I'm a klutz. So then you want to get this out. Regularly, you can start out with just your mouthpiece and do basic buzzing and warm-ups, which I will go into in the next video. But in this, I'm going to show you how to assemble everything, so I'm just going to leave that in there for now. Then you're going to want to take your slide in your non-dominant hand, I guess, and put the, well, in this case, wiggly screwy thing that's on this bell, or should be on this side where your bell is, onto the thing that's sticking out, you know. You're going to want that at about a 45-degree angle, so like just a little bit in to the right. Normally, because sometimes that changes depending on your director's preference. If you have a director, we're normally just 45s. And then the little loose thing that was here, you're going to want to turn to the right and make sure that it's tightened, but not too tightened so you can undo it. And then make sure that it's tight, like mine's not because it's moving. So you can actually loosen it and do it again. Making sure that it's tight. For some reason it's not cooperating. Okay. See, now it's not moving. I mean, my whole trombone's moving because I'm not putting much force against it, but you know, that's not moving. There is something called a slide lock, or should be, that's right here. And if you move it to the left, this part, like, you pull up the bell part that you screwed onto it, right? And you hold it, like that comes out, that's your slide. So if you turn it, it'll lock, and you want to be very careful as a new trombone player not to be trying to play it and then have it locked and try to play a note and then have it slam back in your face, because that is a mistake many people make when they're first trying to play trombone. And then finally, the hole that is left, I'm sure you assume the mouthpiece would go into. Got my shiny little one right here. So you want to put it in there, but you want to turn it a little bit to your right so that it's just tight enough to be staying in there, like if you pull it up a bit, but also not so tight that you can't get it back out. That's very important because when you go up, it can fall out at any time, and you don't want that to happen, especially not during a performance, because that happens very often. Hint, hint, our trumpet section. The shame. Especially in marching bands, not a good situation when people are tripping over people's mouthpieces. So, yes, that is the basic assembly. Best of luck. You can go back through any parts where you're not sure and slow it down and all that kind of thing. I totally expect that. Like, good on ya. Okay, now that you know the basic assembly of a trombone, there are some basics to learn. A very important thing to know when you're playing trombone is that you always have to have situational awareness. So, when you're going horns up, you don't want to slam your slide into anything because that dents it. And if you get a dent in your slide, it'll make it not slide. It makes things very difficult and can potentially damage your instrument literally forever. So, not a fun thing. Another thing is there is this part on the top that comes back over your shoulder. So if you have that annoying trumpet player in jazz who sets up right behind you and leaves to stand there, somebody that I know, you're going to want to make sure to check and see what he's doing and that he didn't leave that annoying metal music stand that squeaks constantly right behind you. So that when you go like that, you don't get a large dent in the back of your trombone. Because that's not fun, especially when you have this beautiful trombone and that's like one of the only nicks that you have on this baby. I'm sorry, Emmett. Emmett is the name of my trombone. Could be important to you, I don't know, but I personally love to name my instruments. So, your instrument's been assembled. You know about situational awareness, but you want to slide out your slide. Make sure you turn the slide lock right here so that it's not locked and you can go like that. But an important thing is if you want to go like that, you have to make sure that you have a good slide oil on your slide. So when you go out like this and you see the inside part that's regularly silver, you want to make sure that it's well lubricated, for lack of a better word, and that your slide can just like fall, which mine isn't because it's not well done, but it should be able to just like slide right out so that it can just go effortlessly. It should definitely not be making any scratchy noises or any of that, and yeah. So, I don't know if you know or not, but I should have told you how to hold your trombone properly. Okay, we'll get into that. So, you got it well oiled and such. Good job. I'm proud of you. Well, learning how to hold your trombone is very important if you're going to play trombone, alright? You're going to want to make sure that you start out with your hand like this. You know those awkward situations where you go up to that guy and you're like, ha, ha, yeah, finger pistols? Pretty much what you're doing. Just letting you know. You get that. You go in to this little triangle. So you want to go on the inside part, and you put your pointer finger right here. Your pinky holds the slide. It's very convenient that way. Make sure that your slide doesn't fall even if you have your slide lock on, because sometimes you don't put on your slide lock when you thought that you did. And then it flies out into the middle of the audience during a 6th grade band performance, and you're utterly embarrassed at the shame, and it's just a disaster for everyone, truly. So, don't do that. So that is all that I have for you today, but there shall be plenty more in store because I hope to get you through your first lip buzzes on this baby. And maybe even a few tunes, warm-ups, and basic things that even advanced people need to learn who've been playing for years like I have that I didn't know about. So, yeah. I hope that you enjoyed. If you learned anything, or if you just liked it, or you just think I'm cute, you like flannels, I don't know. Any of that stuff, please hit that like button. If you want to see any more musical content, or, you know, if you just think I'm cute and like my flannel, just hit that subscribe button, and yeah, hope to see you guys again, or at least have you guys see me, and yeah, adios. Toodaloo, toodle pip,